So I'll update you guys. Today's a special day in Texas, at least. It is our first big drop in temperature. Temperatures have been hitting 30s, 40s at night, and water temperatures are finally down to about 56, 55 degrees, which is a good thing in regards to what we're doing here on Next Level Fishing TV, which is we're going into that winter mode of trout fishing and looking for just a stud trophy. So today we are going to feature Boca Chica paddle tails. That's all I'm going to be using today. I know some of you guys are going to be like, why not a corky? Why not a grub tail? Why not different style of lures? And it's because I've learned, at least where I'm at, is these fish are still pretty lively. They will readily attack still pretty aggressively as long as you're working it right. Slow down my retrieval. It's not like a full-on pause slow down. I can still get that same performance out of a jig head and a paddle tail. It's just all about how you're going to whip it in and around structure. Now once we get more of these cold fronts and we're sustaining well into those winter temps, of course I'm going to go with anything that's going to give me the best target zone approach, which is of course your corkies and anything that's just super light, almost buoyant. It's one of the unique species that we have here in South Texas for my out of Texas and international followers. It's one of the species that just survives and thrives well and can pay off big in the winter. So we are almost to our location. Let's get set up and we'll get casting. Good trout. God, such a weird bite. Such a weird bite. That's a big one. First trout of the day. And you know, you'll notice just how weird of a bite that was. It sort of fooled me a little bit. Didn't know if I had something or if I had something on the bottom. I will say this though, the bite is definitely changing if it stays like that significantly, as opposed to how I've been fishing. And what I mean by that is retrieval. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. You know, it's just a big difference. You know, focus on what you're catching in the summer, and when you find production in the winter, compare the two. You'll notice there's just a big difference. I mean, if not in length, definitely in girth. So, show you guys a little something. You see that red rash right there? That gives me an identifier as to where they're at. I mean, that's just a fat old, look at that belly, man. Such a beautiful fish. Boca Chica, right where you want it. You can see right there. Let's go ahead and take this hook off. I'm slimed. Let's get a measurement on her. Keep her in the water just to keep her nice and fresh. For those of you guys who struggle to find fish measurements, you know, typically on most tournaments you're going to want this mouth shut, and bump boards are very magical. Push it all the way up to that mouth is shut. Some tournaments won't allow you to touch the fish, so in that case this would be 21 1/4. But you know, for those that do allow you to fork down, this quickly turns into 21.5. Mouth is a little open still. We can put some pressure here, but still, it's actually a little over 21.5. A beautiful South Texas speckled trout. For many places around, look at this, look at that scratching. She's obviously been through some stories. We're gonna go ahead and let this one go. She was ready. I think the bite might have just picked up. Had a strange, immediate bite. I mean, just on the fall. Might be that second feeding time. It looks like a good one. Just feeling a little bit of drag, which is always a good sign. Very close to the kayak. Very surprised. This one might be a little healthier than the first one. No, I don't want them. But just a super beautiful trout. Again, on that Boca Chica, on the side of that mouth. Take a look at that. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get these paddle tails. They've just been doing a lot of great work for me in the last year. Let's get a measurement on her. If you've ever used this board, you pretty much know it's about, oh, I don't know, maybe about 6 inches as far as wide. And the entire body of this fish, man, is just hanging off of it. You know, let me show you guys just to get a clear picture of how fat this fish is. So if I were to line it up, you know, you still got belly sort of drooping over. Just beautiful trout, man. Stud trout. And a little something crawling on there. Maybe a little mite or something. Interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead and release her. All right, she's ready. Look at the slime. Slime! So we're learning a little bit today. The bite, it's a little funky. It's definitely slow. Considering that there's fish here, it's definitely slow. So we just need to all keep that in mind. If they're slow, we're slow. Well, we have proven that there's fish here, right? So it's not like we're burning this area up and wasting our time. We just need to wait on them. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Next Level Fishing TV, and we hope you enjoy the ride going into this winter as we go after a gator trout.